Sean Rawlings, Vice President of Product and Industries Marketing. I'm joined today by Baruch Goldwasser. He's our e-commerce subject matter expert. So thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure, Sean.
So what we're going to tell you about, we'll give you a little bit of agenda here. Tell you a little bit about NetSuite if you're not familiar with us. We'll talk about our one system approach to e-commerce, having a complete e-commerce system to be able to manage your business. We're going to give you a live product demo, so we'll actually show you the NetSuite e-commerce capabilities in action. And then as we said before in the introduction, what we'd like to do is answer your questions. So along the way, if you want to type those in and put those in, we'll address those towards the end of the subject here. So with no further ado, let's get started. So if you're not familiar with NetSuite, founded in 1998, publicly traded public company on the New York Stock Exchange, our strategy is pretty simple. It's deliver integrated business applications as online service to small and mid-sized businesses like yours. And the results, we have over 600 employees growing worldwide, offices around the world as well. And one of the key things is we have close to 2,000 companies out there running their website and or web store e-commerce approach on NetSuite. So we're very deep in the e-commerce business and supporting literally thousands of companies out there just like yours. So step back, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think a little bit about when we say high touch, what do you think about? So you probably sit there and what comes to mind is a retail experience where you go in and you're doing shopping, you have some really great support that comes with that. And what are the things that come to mind when you're talking about the high touch, literally, typically the retail environment? Well, a few things probably come to mind. It's probably easy to find the store, easy to learn the store, so what's the layout, where are the products you like to do, how do you get around, things like that. One of the key things here is a relationship with the salesperson. Salesperson is very helpful, knows all the products that they have, knows the new products, what is coming in, what is going away, what are styles, what are the different things you need if you're in B2B or business environment, what are some of the goods, some of the technology behind them, what are the specifications. One of the key things is salesperson learns to know you. And that's one of the key things we'll talk about in this high-touch environment out there is really being a learning environment and really being supportive of you in that initial shopping and purchase environment, but also on an ongoing basis during that relationship. One of the key things is having seamless sales. The idea is it's easy to buy what you want and get out of there and be able to manage the payments and everything else. The other side is, and this is where a lot of companies stumble, especially in the e-commerce environment, is really getting into streamlined returns. Is the return process pretty straightforward and easy to do? And it's something that you don't avoid. The other thing is, and this is where it really comes down to high touch, is the salesperson keeps track of your likes and your dislikes and helps you with future sales. And the idea here from their side is really going to be, they're going to maximize the lifetime value of you as a customer. But from your side, what they want to do is maximize lifetime satisfaction and keep you coming back and satisfied with the products and services you get. So what we want to do is, let's think about that in our environment. And I know what you're probably saying to yourself. You're saying, well, can we do this? Sure, the large brick and mortar organizations with their vast resources and all the capabilities they have, they can do that out there. And people like Amazon.com can do a great job on their side. But the question is, can we do this as a small, mid-sized e-commerce business out there? And the answer is, you can with NetSuite. What we'd like to take is the next period of time and be able to show you how NetSuite can support that capability, help you to create a high-touch, low-cost environment out there for a very successful e-commerce business. So let's step through this. But the first thing you got to think is, if we're going to set up this environment, in order to sell, the bottom line is you have to be seen. So the first thing we're going to do is give you the tools out there to make you visible within the marketplace. So NetSuite gives you the tools to create high visibility through paid and natural search. And that's primarily how people are really finding people today online, is being able to think of what they want or have heard of a name or something like that, but they're using the search engines. So you want to have a smart paid search strategy out there and the tools to be able to do that. The other side, the gift that keeps on giving is relatively free, is the natural search, being able to have your website perform and be able to perform well with the search engines out there. We provide all these tools that you see in front of you here. At this point in time, the two probably the hottest out there that are really making, being watched the closest out there with search engines, especially Google, are really page titles and the friendly marketing URLs. So, at this point in time, when you look at the challenges out there and what's going on, this is what you really want to be able to be sure to have, and what changes over time. But these are the key things you want to have. Okay, so you've created interest, you've got people knowing of your site. When they arrive at your site, NetSuite's going to give you a rich, beautiful site, and it's going to give a rich experience to your customers out there. And what we've been able to do is build out the tools, Amazon.com-like tools that will be out there to help you sell effectively, to merchandise, to be able to help the overall experience on the site, such as the gift certificates, the item coupons, shipping cost estimator, minimum order quantities. One of the things that you might want to share this with a friend, and they like that too. That's what we like when we're expanding our audience out there. Free shipping capabilities. But one of the key things that's going to be out there we want to be able to do is self-service, and self-service is one of the key things that Amazon.com really revolutionized the e-commerce space with. And as importantly, or more importantly, is the upsell manager. We talked about how a salesperson learns your habits, your interests, and your buying patterns. Well, if they understand that, you're going to be able to sell more. And that's the same thing we've built into NetSuite, is this upsell, cross-sell capability that's so critical to a high-touch e-commerce environment. Another thing is, you can have a rich site and a lot of experience out there, but one of the things that really helps out there is if you segment the business and actually create some focus out there. So with NetSuite, what we've created is the ability to have multiple websites and ultimately multiple companies if that suits your needs for your business. But the idea is having the multiple websites out there to create focus. So what you might do is you may have a website for a particular brand. You may have it just for consumers that are out there, consumer-oriented website, or if you want to orient some other products and different capabilities, you may want to have one that is more B2B. You're selling strictly to businesses. But the idea is you can segment your product line, the experience, and do different, even pricing and different things you want for different type of brands out there. You can actually do this with multiple websites. It still comes back to the same account. You're managing everything from the same NetSuite account, so all the practices, the fulfillment, and everything else, but also all the knowledge about the customer's interactions could be kept within one account. The other thing that goes along with multiple websites is also thinking about, are you operating in different countries? Or do you have people coming from multinationals to be able to look at your different products? So the idea here is we also support multi-language and multi-currency capability. But the idea is, we want to tailor the site specifically to your audience, create and do business in the terms they want to do, and make it a very friendly, rich experience for them. And you can do that with the multi-site, the multi-language, and the multi-currency capabilities. The other thing is, you're going to have preferred customers. You're also going to have return customers who you want to be able to meet their specific needs. What we enable you to do is create personalized websites. And two things that are really important there. One is going to be pricing. So you can create customer-specific pricing, and it can even be in their currency out there. So the idea being that you may give a preferred price for this type of customer, or you could look at the way that they maybe sometimes they buy in volume, and you could be able to meet the volume discounts and the different tiers to be able to do that. But the idea is giving specific pricing to these customers. That's something they would expect if they called up, if they were in the store, or different things like that. But you can create the same environment online. The other thing is content, that customer-specific content. What are the specific things that you want to point to them, and the specific types of products that are going to be important to their business, if they're a business, or to a consumer, if they're buying on that side. And what we can do here is with the dynamic publishing based on their activities and purchases, we can be able to portray that and publish that on the website specifically to their needs. The other thing is what we really like is giving them product recommendations. So we know their habits. We're a great salesperson online. We have a learning environment, and we can be able to share those recommendations. And what that does for you, again, is you can sell more, but the customer is actually getting more of what they want. So it's a rare win-win situation out there in e-commerce. This is going to help